God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. This is a biblical passage that reminds us that even in the face of trouble, God is our refuge. What do you mean by refuge? Refuge means God is our shelter, protection from danger or distress. The reality is that there will be difficult times, but God promises to be our refuge, strength, and help. So we can be assured that God will definitely protect us from all dangers and evils. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. I'm sure you're all safe and fine, girls. I believe that you have been following all the material sent in the Google Classroom as well as WhatsApp. We have started with the second chapter, National Income. The other day, I introduced the meaning of national income and the basic concepts of national income. Some of the basic concepts of national income are GDP, GNP, NNP at market price, NNP at factor cost, personal income, disposable income, per capita income, real income, and GDP deflator. Let us see the methods of measuring national income. The methods of measuring national income. So in a country, all the goods and services produced must be counted and converted against money value during a year. So whatever goods and services produced in a country must be converted against money value. So whatever is produced is either used for consumption or savings. Whatever is produced, we either consume or save. Hence, national output can be computed at any three levels, namely production, income, and expenditure. Accordingly, there are three methods that are used to measure national income. There are three methods used to measure national income. So the methods of measuring national income are three methods. The first method is the product method or inventory method. The product method or inventory method. The second method is income method or factor earning method. The third one is expenditure method or outlay method. So what did I say? All the goods and services produced in the country must be converted against money value during a year. So we have three methods to do this. So the methods of measuring national income are three. One, production or value added method, or you can also call it as the inventory method. Product method, production method, value added method, inventory method, all represents the product method. Second one is income method or the factor earning method. Lastly, we have the expenditure method or the outlay method. Now let us see the product method. So what do you mean by a product method? Product method or production method or value added method, inventory method, all represents the product method. Product method measures the output of the country. Product method measures the output. What do you mean by output? Output can be goods or services. It is also called as the inventory method. Under this method, the gross value of output from different sectors like agriculture, industry, trade and commerce, etc. It may be service sector also. is obtained for the entire economy during a year. So whatever output we get from the different sectors of our economy, we have three basic sectors: the agricultural sector, the industry sector, and the service sector. So all the gross value of output which we receive from all these sectors is obtained for the entire economy, the full of the country, India, the entire economy during a particular year. So product method is also called as inventory method. Value obtained is actually the GNP at market price. So to calculate the national income through the product in method, there are certain precautions. What are the precautions? One, double counting. Two, self consumption. And three, sale and purchase of second hand good. So what is the double counting? To produce a good, we require a lot of raw materials. So raw materials or intermediate goods are required to complete a full commodity or to get the final production. So we cannot be adding the value of the raw material, the value of the intermediate good, and the value of the final production. If we do like that, if we keep on adding the value at each stage, then the value of the national income will be exaggerated. This is only called as double counting. So when you calculate the national income, you have to take only the value of the finished or final goods. You cannot take the value of the intermediary good or the raw material. For example, if you take a sari or a garment, you need cotton. Initially, you need cotton. So then after you receive the cotton as the raw material, you spin it into a yarn thread. Then only you can produce a cloth. After producing a cloth, it gets converted to a garment. So you cannot be adding the value of cotton, the yarn, the cloth, and the garment. If you do this at every stage, the value of national income will be exaggerated. So you cannot count the value of the raw material or the intermediary good. Instead, you have to add the value of the garment. Only the final stage, only at every final stage, the value of the product should be calculated. So this is only called as double counting. So while doing the product method calculation of national income, you have to be very careful with the double counting. Second one is self consumption. Self consumption. What do you mean by self consumption? Sometimes a farmer, he might produce 100 bags of rice. He will be selling 90 kgs of rice, and 10 bags he might be using it for this personal consumption. So this personal consumption of self consumption must also be added to the national income. The value of the output used for self consumption should be counted while measuring the national income. So the net output given by the farmer is 100 bags of rice. So the value of 100 bags of rice must be calculated. He should not calculate only for 80, thinking that he is selling only 80 and 20 he is using for self consumption. The overall production of the farmer is 100 kg of rice or 100 bags of rice. So that must be considered. This is only called as uh, self consumption. The value of output used for self consumption should be counted while measuring national income. Last one, sale and purchase of second hand goods. I've been talking about this very often. When you buy a particular product, initially the value will be more, but when you resale it, the value will depreciate. This is only called as second hand goods. In the case of durable goods, sale and purchase of second hand goods should not be included, because already when you calculated the national income, you had calculated the value of that good. When you resale it again, you get some money income. You should not add that in the national income. Did you understand? So, what are the precautions to be taken? The precautions should be taken in the area of double counting, self consumption, sale, and purchase of second hand goods. So, this is the first method of calculating or measuring the national income, the product method.